Okay, let's talk about the reasons that would cause a shank. The first one is early extension. So what is early extension? It's where the body's standing up too early. Okay, what does that do in the swing? That will cause the hips to go closer to the ball. And now my hips are closer, my hands have no choice but to go out. As the club goes out, I'm going to hit it in the shank or the heel. Okay, so we can't stand up. We have to stay in better posture as you turn. Okay, hips need to stay back, chest pointed more down as you turn. The next reason you would shank is an excessive path. What do I mean by excessive path? I'm talking about a path where the club either goes way outside or we're coming down way from the inside. So the first example, let's say I'm way outside. I'm going to figure out how to get this thing back to the inside, but I don't get it back inside early enough. That club's still outside. I strike it in the heel or the hosel, shank. The other example would be coming back down from the inside too much. But let's say I come down from the inside and then I go to the outside too early. So I'm still not from the inside. I then travel outside just before impact. That's going to move the heel, the hosel onto that golf ball, shank. Okay? So excessive swing paths, either this way or this way, no good. What you got to learn is an inside to inside swing path. All right? Very, very important. The next thing is casting. So that's where I'm throwing my angles real early in the swing. If I throw my angles, see what it does to the shaft. I get the full extension of that club. So if I start to this golf ball, little soft bend with my arms, okay? I take it back and then I fully extend this club shaft. My body doesn't stand up enough to compensate. The club is going to travel a little bit further away. The club is going to be traveling further away from where it originally was. And you can see that pushes the heel onto the golf ball. Okay, so you guys compensate when you just start standing up. All right, so now you're able to hit solid shots with a cast. We don't want that though. You need to learn how to keep some angles on the way down. How do you do that? Well, you got to make sure your club face is under control. If you're rolling it open, cupped lead wrist, you're going to figure out how to square it somehow. It's going to come from the hands. Your body's going to stand up. Or if it doesn't stand up in time, we shank it. Okay? So I hope that helps you guys understand the causes of a shank. Here's a cool drill with pure plane to help you work on this. I got the angle set up on 50 degrees, so the tip here is lower, about the height of my hands. And what I'm going to do here is position the ball. It's about a footprint or so inside the base of the plane. I'm going to hit shots and just focus on hands coming down low and creating some space here between my hands and the butt of the stick here. Why is that going to help? Well, I have to stay back with my hips. All right. That's going to help me with my early extension. If my hips come forward, I'm going to hit this thing, hit the stick. So my hips have to stay back as I come through. All right. I'm also going to learn how to have a more inside to inside swing path. If I come down, let's say that way over the top steep, I'm going to bang right into this. The visual of this swing plane helps me shallow more from the inside, okay? But also if I shallow too much, I'm going to come out with my hands too early. I'm going to bang right into this. So the visual of this plane forces a more inside to inside path. All right, I'm not going to want to do this. I'm not going to want to do this. Inside to inside. It's a great way to work on that. Now, the last thing is trying to prevent some casting. Again, the casting I described required some stand up. And as you stand up, the hands go a little bit out. All right, and that's going to hit this stick here. So if I stay in my posture, I got an inside to inside path. My hands are staying low. That should help casting. Well, let me explain this. If you keep hands low and you still casted, you're going to jam that club right into the ground hardcore there. So that's not going to be pretty. You might take a huge divot if you're outside, or you're going to hit down on the mat pretty hard. So you're going to learn real quick as you come down with better posture, inside to inside path, hands low. You got to retain some angles. You can't throw them. Okay, so You're going to have to learn how to not cast just by putting in a ton of reps and kind of just trying to figure out, okay, how do I not hit the ground first while you're staying in posture, while you're going inside to inside, okay? And that would require you to hold on to some angles a little bit deeper into the downswing. Okay, so great drill here to use pure plane to work on not shanking. So I hope this video helps you guys understand why you'd be shanking the ball. What are some things that you can do to improve it, and a drill with pure plane to fix it.